Just when I thought we were through with NFTs, just when I thought we were done with that stuff, Japan goes, hey guys, you hear about this NFT thing? No, anyways, yes, it's our 2-year anniversary for Licorice City Coil. I, amongst many other people, thought it was an absolutely fantastic series. I loved it so much. When they announced they were going to get a new anime project like last year, I was super pumped. Like, yes, thank you. Finally, we get more Licorice City Coil, even though it's been completely crickets since then. We do have some new announcements around Licorice City Coil. And yes, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. First off, let's get into the good news that yes, we do have a new anime coming. It's separate from the other announcement. So this is a completely different project to the one that was announced in February 2023. But yes, they announced that it's receiving 6 original slice of life shorts, each with different creators and change of direction and storyboards. Shingo Adachi is supervising the project, and character designer Imigimuru, sorry, will participate in the scripts. So that's the good news. The good news is that not only are we getting this new anime project that was announced, like I said, literally over a year ago, which at this point I'm starting to wonder if it still even exists. But aside from that, we're also getting some shorts. So I'm assuming these are going to be just like, like it says, slice of life shorts. I'm guessing these will be like just random moments with the characters themselves doing just random stuff, which is, I'll take it. I love the characters in the franchise, so if I can get more of the characters, I'll take it. It doesn't have to be, you know, crazy in-depth story or, you know, crazy action set pieces or anything like that. Just some fun. I'm all for it. Now, let's get into the bad news, where I guess you can say that it's taking away from their project. Like, I've seen a lot of people commenting saying, oh my gosh, you're doing this rather than working on the anime. Let's be honest, these are different groups. Different groups are working on different projects. People that don't even know anything about animation is working on trying to make money in other ways. Now, I will say it's not all bad news. I like to look at things to at least try to find the good in things, but most of this is terrible. And again, it kind of goes to show I don't usually subscribe to what a lot of people believe in, that Japan's always behind in everything. Like, I hate that stupid comment about they still use fax machines, because newsflash, people in the United States still use fax machines. I work for plenty of companies that still use fax machines. Anyways, that aside, I don't usually subscribe to that, but it does feel like with NFTs that's the case, because it honestly feels like over here in the West, I don't hear people doing NFTs anymore. Every now and then, maybe an influencer will do an NFT, and then people will go, dude, why are you doing that? And then they'll go, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was bad. But yeah, it's usually influencers that just don't even know what they're doing. Some person called them and said, hey, you want to make a lot of money? Let's do this. But yeah, Japan seems to be behind on it, because they like jump out with these random projects and go, oh, look, NFTs, want to buy these? Now, with the Bleach thing, I understood. The Bleach NFT made perfect sense because they were selling an actual high-quality physical good. It was just the NFT was sort of a receipt that you can carry with you on the blockchain. That I didn't care about. By all signs, when I'm looking through with this NFT project with Licorice City Coil, everything points that this is strictly digital goods. Now, again, I mentioned there is a positive to this. There is a good thing that comes out of this, depending on who you ask. But yes, the original TV anime Licorice City Coil now available as NFTs? Wow! The intermediate results of the opening, this is Google Translate, by the way, so it's going to be butchered to all get. Production will be converted to NFTs and sold in auction format. This is a new initiative in which sales will be distributed to creators in charge of each material. Asterisk. So that sounds good, right? The creator who made these clips is going to get money. Asterisk. It says sales will be distributed to the creators in charge of each material. That is not true completely. If we scroll down, we'll get the details here. Distributed to creators. The auction sales amount minus market and studio fees and production committee royalties will be distributed to the creators responsible for each materials. That's the asterisk. So that's the positive thing here. If you buy one of these NFTs, it will go to whoever created that particular shot, minus everybody else getting their cut. I don't know. I don't know what the cut is. My assumption, and this is like literally 100% assumption, probably like maybe 5% at most. But it is cool that they're getting something. Again, that's just me shooting a number in the air, probably completely wrong. Now, here's where we get into the nitty-gritty of this whole thing. Let's actually show you what it is first. Let's go look at the NFTs themselves. If you go to the auction site here, we see we have 151 items listed. And each one of these, hopefully I don't get in trouble for this, because this is the ongoing joke about NFTs. So A1 Pictures, please don't strike me, but I'm going to point this out because it's the obvious that you probably don't want to acknowledge. Right-click Save As. Let's just right-click Save As. Now, granted, these are videos. I don't want to play it because this is probably the easiest way for me to get copyright strike because it looks like they are going to be very, at least they're saying they're going to be very strict about where it's distributed to, which is part of my argument that I'm having here in a minute. You can play this, and it is a clip. This is a video clip of this cut. So this is what this person created, this particular animation director, or not director, this particular animator did. This cut where she runs up these stairs. And so when you play it out, it plays each of the sketches running up the stairs. That's what you're buying. You're buying a video of this. As it says here, it is a, what is it? They show it, MP4. You're buying an MP4. There's other ones that are like backgrounds. They're like, one of them is literally just the leaves that like, you know, go around the art card. You're buying the leaves and it's a JPEG. I don't know why it would be a JPEG. You would think it would be a PNG at least, so that just the area that is, you know, worth anything is separate. But you're buying MP4s and JPEGs. And yes, they start at $25. Well, this is like probably, what, $19? 2,500 yen is starting at that. That's the starting bid. And then everybody's going to bid on them once it goes live. Now, here's where we get into the nitty gritty of this stuff. Where was I at earlier? So let's get into the actual information on it. The Ricochet Coil NFT being auctioned this time as a digital content linked to NFT non-fungible tokens. Again, this is where I was kind of curious because I do like whenever they have physical goods that has an NFT locked to it. I probably would throw out the NFT, but at least you were getting something physical that you can own. But these are just strictly, again, MP4s. They're JPEGs that you're buying. That's got a receipt on the blockchain. You don't actually own it. Because again, I could literally go over here and save this. You're paying for something to have, I guess, downloaded on your computer, I guess, which is always the oddity about NFTs. And the reason why I'm emphasizing that so much, because I know that some people claim there's some cases for NFTs, is because you don't actually own this. And that's where we get into the difficulty here. Let's go down here at the bottom. When selling the NFT, we may take measures such as changing the terms of sales if we reasonably deem it necessary for proper implementation of the sales. In addition, the sale of the NFT may be changed or terminated without notice. This is where we get into that very sketchy area, what we're currently facing with a lot of companies, including Sony. This is Sony, by the way. What happened here recently with Funimation? Yes, everybody that bought digital videos on their site, what happened? They disappeared. They just stopped. People paid for ownership of videos, and then what happened? Funimation shut down. They shut down the servers, and they just said, hopefully people will stop talking about this. You don't own these anymore. Go away. Even the big wig of Crunchyroll was like, yeah, I just assume that most people know that you don't actually own them. That's the same case here. You're not buying this. You're going to be able to download it. I can do that right now. You're going to be able to download it, but you don't own it. And that's where we're getting some weird stuff here. Hopefully I can zoom this in a little more so we can read this properly. Whoa, that's nice format for your website here. That's the best we can get. Looking at the terms. So again, you buy this NFT, which again is an MPEG MP4, which is playing out each of the sketches that they have here in sequence before it's actually done and gone through all the finalization, you know, editing and all that kind of stuff. The holder is granted rights to use an NFT and the digital content linked to this NFT here in a digital content in accordance with the terms of use, but the copyright, trademark rights, and all the intellectual properties rights of this digital content are not transferred and will continue to be held by the person who holds such rights. That makes sense. If you buy a Blu-ray of a show, you don't own the rights to the show itself. You just own the Blu-ray. You own that copy of it. And yes, unfortunately, like the kind of gray area oddity of life itself is right now in laws, you don't technically own it. It's not like you can show it to whoever you want. You can't get a bunch of people in a theater and play it on the big screen or sell tickets or whatever. You don't own it. If the holder freezes or loses this NFT, he or she will immediately lose rights set forth in the preceding paragraphs and will immediately cease to exercise such rights. Permitted use. The owner may use, etc., all part of the digital content only for the following purposes. You pay for this, you buy this NFT, and this is what they allow you to do. download it and save it to your computer, smartphone, storage device. Use it to post an icon on the owner's personal SNS, which is like your, I guess, your profile picture for your SNS or whatever they like to call it, SNS, your social media. Display in virtual spaces, such as virtual galleries, including commercial displays. You could do this right now. Literally, you could do this right now. But yes, they're gonna allow you to put it in your virtual space. But again, note, this is the only things you can do with it. They're literally saying here, you can do these 3 things with it. But you own it, right? You totally own it, right? But you can only do these 3 things. You could download it to a computer, save it on your phone, you can post it on your SNS profile, or you can put it in a virtual space or gallery. That's it. That's all you can do with it. That's all we're gonna permit you to do for buying something, this NFT that you apparently own. Prohibited acts. It is prohibited to use, etc., all the parts of the NFT or digital content for any of the following purposes. Used beyond the scope of personal use by the owner herself, himself, and use such as granting permissions to use the providing to a third party. So you can't let somebody else use it. It's only for you. Used for commercial purposes. That makes sense. Again, if you buy a Blu-ray, going to the theater, putting up on the big screen, selling tickets to it, doesn't usually fly in this day and age with laws. Resell or transfer, whether for a fee or free of charge. So you can't even give it to somebody else or sell it. So you don't really, again, own it. You can't resell it. You can't. Typically with the NFT, the idea is that you own it and you can sell it to somebody else. That's like the whole idea with that Bleach NFT. You're buying the Bleach, the poster, and if you sell it to somebody, you can transfer the NFT token to somebody else's blockchain or through the blockchain to somebody else's wallet, and thus transfer the ownership of it. Here, you can't even sell it. You can't even give it away. It's yours, and you have the MP4. Modification. You cannot modify it, process, copy, redistribute, etc. of the NFT and digital content except as necessary for the use described in 2 above, which is for commercial purposes. What? What? I guess during the process of it being sold to you, I don't even know what that makes no sense. That must be something else above or something. I don't know. 5, acquisition of intellectual property rights related to NFT and digital content. That makes sense again. Used in a manner for infringes upon the rights of the rights holder, Sony Group, corporations, and its subsidiaries, and third parties. Used in a manner that may have a negative social or educational impact. Ooh, gotta get in there. That's a questionable comment right there, Sony. People not liking that kind of wording. I think that's pretty much it, what kind of jumped out at me. So the big takeaways here, like I said earlier, the positive here, well, the main positive is that we're getting 6 shorts originals, which are probably gonna be very, very short, but hey, it's more Liquid Sequel. I'm all for it. The kind of middle area between the good and the bad is that they haven't said anything about the anime they already talked about before, which I think is supposed to be a movie. I'm assuming it's a movie. So that's up in the air still. They're just kind of moving forward. The negatives, but with the positive side, the spin to it is that, yes, this is a method of, hey, I really like this cut in the anime, and I want to get some money to who did it, and I can't find them to give them money directly, I guess. You can buy their NFT, which they get a portion of. Again, there's still going to be a cut to the studios, the production committee and everything, and then they get whatever's left over. I wish they actually put the percentage here. My assumption is the reason they didn't put the percentage here is because it's not a good percentage, because they are trying to highlight that it goes to the creators, but they're not saying how much. So that tells me it's probably not much. And yes, the negative is that you're buying a MP4 or JPEG that you can literally download right now off their site. You're paying for something you can download right now. It's on their site, and you don't technically own it, because it's going to be on their website at first, and you better download it quick, because if that website goes down, it's gone. And you can't really do anything with it besides download it on your computer or make it your profile picture, because anything else, they don't want you to do anything with it. So you don't actually own it. You're just paying an exorbitant amount of money to download it from their site directly rather than download it right now. As per usual, this stuff makes no sense. It continues to make no sense, but these companies still seem to keep wanting to do it because, I don't know, somebody out there's gullible. I do hope that once this whole bidding thing launches, again, if people do whatever they want with their money, but I hope that the people that do bid and buy these things, you're doing it just because you really badly want to support the people, because there is a lot to do in the descriptions in here talking about supporting the actual project. So you can kind of see this as partly to make more money for future projects that will probably be NFTs. It could be the shorts. It could be the movie. Maybe they're just hurting for funding for it or something. Who knows? It's just all a cash grab. But anyways, I read this stuff and I found it really hilarious, so I wanted to get on here and talk about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit that like button down below, comment, let me know what you think of this whole situation. Let's keep it positive. What do you think about those new TV shorts and the movie that's never going to exist? Let me know in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you like this content and you want to support the channel more, I have Patreon link, tips, links, so thanks for being sure, but I below. Greatly push everybody does, and y'all take care.